Ladies and gentlemen, I've talked about this in the Mega Man and Base stream that I've been grinding out, attempting no death runs of Mega Man 1 with the goal of eventually doing an entire Iron Hex of all 6 games. Hi there, AQ, James, Matthew, Solaris. Lemons, rise up, it's your time. It's exactly as it says on the stream. As soon as I hit the start button, I will begin the timer. This isn't a speed run. I'm timing myself for fun, as it says up there. We'll keep track, and if I manage to get any no-death runs, that'd be incredible. But we're just going to be grinding this one game. If I do get a no-death run, we're going to keep going, just to keep my skills right. Because for what I want to do, for what I plan to accomplish, it's going to take a lot of grinding. Ladies and gentlemen, congrats on your progress in Star Ocean 2. Let's get into it. Let me see here. How do I... Alright, mate. Let me... there we go. Alright. First Robot Master in my rotation usually is Gutsman. It can either be Cutman or Gutsman. However, the fact is that either of those two can be completely bullied with the Mega Buster. Of course, it's not yet called the Mega Buster. It doesn't become the Mega Buster until Mega Man 4. The first major hurdle for a lot of people when they play this game. By the way, if the music is too loud or too soft, let me know so I can adjust during downtimes. These platforms, as you notice, these platforms will try to dunk you, but their dunk time corresponds with when the connector reaches an empty portion of the... And just like that, I didn't say I was going to be good at the game. I just said that it was going to be a... I didn't say I was going to be good at the game. I have to really lock in on this. And I didn't say that I'd already gotten great at it. Just that, alright, we're warming up. We're warming up. But yeah, you really need to pay attention. Those platforms, you can get them down to a science. But unless you are really focused, because you need to be at the way edge of those platforms. If you are not way on the edge of those platforms, then chances are you will not have enough distance. Also, those platforms are constantly moving, even when they're not on screen. So if you take too long to get there, because I'm used to just going straight in there, but because I'm standing around doing a whole lot of yapping, it really can throw off your flow. So you need to be all the way to the right in order to make this jump. It's bad enough. Okay, so those guys, you can jump to bait them out. And, but it doesn't matter if you take any hits because you have that guaranteed health over there. These pickaxe throwers, you have to wait for them to get onto screen and then approach them to avoid. This guy, I don't even bother trying to avoid. I just let him get his W. And you'll see why a little bit later on. So, this portion, you got a couple of items that you can pick up, but the wisest strategy is just let yourself fall like a rock. Grab that. By the way, on the Legacy Collection, be very careful when collecting... be very careful when collecting items, because for some reason it keeps your input. By the way, the big guys are the worst part about this game. The guy who rammed into me. I was too busy yapping, but I keep on trying to go under. Anyways, we're already at Gutsman. Gutsman strategy. You'll want to go to the edge of these rocks. If Gutsman jumps straight up, he's about to summon a rock to throw at me. And he is getting really feisty with it. Now the thing is, if you attempt to dodge it, and you screw up, and you get hit by one of the last frames, it makes it nearly impossible to dodge the rock's debris. So either you need to commit to getting hit at the beginning of the rumble, like that, or you have to be really good with your jumps, like that. Of course, if Gutsman decides he wants to jump up here, that makes things difficult, and you have to get down to the... I accidentally paused the game. That's not illegal. What's only illegal is rewinding and dying. So, yeah, time your jumps or commit to getting rumbled, and then just keep on moving, because, once again, if you get rumbled at the... Oh, by the way, Gutsman down! Time for Kung Fu Cutman! You, my man, are the one who's about to be made paper dolls out of. Alright, so now that we have Gutsman's power, we can pick up those rocks. However, that's kind of a trap, because the enemies at the start here are much easier to take care of when you have the height advantage. Wow. Health drops in this game are exceedingly rare. It's so strange to play Mega Man 1 and see these scuffed designs of energy and weapon pickups. And if you are more familiar with Mega Man 2 or any of the future games, the stage design in this one is so repetitive. Oh my goodness. These wall turrets, they shoot very high, and then shoot nearly identically for their third and for their second and third, and then the fourth one always goes really low. Incredibly lucky damage canceling health pickup. So these enemies right here, they are called adhering Susies. And I am willing to wager that they originally, like, they were meant to be called... Well, actually, this might be a test of vocabulary, because I'm guessing that adhering is like adhering in terms of adhesive, as in these Susies, they have adhesive on them that allows them to stick on walls. I have absolutely nothing supporting that, and that one at the bottom there can just be skipped. We're not here grinding up drops, we're not here grinding up score. We just need to get on through this. And if there are any enemies that we can skip, we will go ahead and do that. Anytime fighting enemies just runs the risk of taking hits. But yeah, the stage design in this game is quite... Let's see if I can do a item zoom. Yeah! Item zoom! I love it. Whenever you kill an enemy who's currently clipping into a wall, if they drop an item, it zooms through the wall. Now, if you go fast, you do not need to stop at all. Alright. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get lucky with Gutsman's power here. That was not very lucky at all. Jump high, please. You didn't jump high. Oh well. Maybe I can get an item off of you. Weapon energy, really? Alright. I'll go ahead and heal some of my guts. But yeah, the big guys, they are my least favored design choice in this game. Just because it's a 50-50 chance whether they do a short hop or a long hop. And I just don't like it. Alright, Cutman. Cutman can absolutely be bullied with the basic Buster. We can keep on pushing him off these rocks if his patterns support it. And if he ever pushes me off the rocks, then I can just wipe him out with 2 Gutsman throws. Super arms, they're called. Does anyone here know some that can... Oh, you're asking about laptop parts. Check out a speedrun of this game where exploits and glitches are fair play. Yep, I'm not exactly a big glitches and exploits person. I'm just doing a standard no deaths run. I mean, doing glitches and exploits could probably save me a lot of grief, but I'd rather do things my own way. Oh boy. The platforming in this stage is really going to expose how uncomfortable I am doing pixel perfect stuff. I know that we just got Cutman's power and Electman is weak to it, but Mega Man 1 powers are exceedingly strong. So you can just spam out certain powers, and Cutman's power is strong, but it does not have the agility of the regular Buster. So these 3 green enemies, if you do not take care of them with extreme precision, they will shoot beams at you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay, so these guys take 6 seconds to pop for the first time. And I got that mixed up with the 8 seconds from Mega Man and Base, so 2, 3, 4. Alright, now we move on. Now it's time for some... Oh wait, no, not yet time for some platforming. Alright. Mega Man games love their multiple single-block platforms over chasms. Alright, more green triplets coming out. Huey, Deweys, and Louies. We do not want to give them any sort of room, so we wait a little bit in order to give them time to come on up, and I can take care of them one at a time. Now, if I had taken any damage, these enemies here are very good sources to farm up. Alright, more triplets. Let's go ahead and take care of them as they come on up. Doesn't matter that I wasted that weapon drop. We only need, like, what? 2 to 4 shots of the rolling cutter anyway. This is our absolute GOAT. The Magnet Beam. By the way, I just saw GOAT in theaters. It is much better than advertisements would lead you to believe. Let's see if we can't farm a little bit more weapon energy for rolling cutter. This energy drop RNG is unprecedented. And now for the infamous Electman Thunder Rods here. If you get hit, you take damage, of which there's a limited amount that you can take, and they just drop you. And it can be very unfriendly. So, in case anyone has short-term memory, here's what the Magnet Beam does. It allows you to create your own platforms. It basically... The very first Mega Man game was its own Mega Man maker, and now I finally have a counterplay against the big guys over here. I just keep on using Magnet Beams to avoid the chaos entirely. Let's go. Alright, for luck, I approach this ladder from the left in hopes that Mega Man climbs to the top of the ladder, facing to the right. If Mega Man is facing to the left, it's a little bit tougher to lock down Electman once I pop up, which certainly is a design choice, but that just means it's going to be a little bit risky. It's kind of not exactly frame perfect, but you need good reflexes. By the way, that part is a lot more tricky than it looks like. We're facing to the right. I think that Electman is completely cooked, because I found that trying to avoid Electman is just a fool's errand. So if I'm pointing to the right, I just throw the rolling cutter, and you saw there, I beat Electman. No damage. And the rolling cutter, assuming you have good timing, can lock that man down. Anyways, regular enemies leading up to the boss room are now completely trivialized. Electman's power, the Elec Ray, I want to say, or the Electric Beam, whatever it is. This is the Metal Blade of Mega Man 1. Lots and lots of range, able to shoot in 3 directions at once, and able to one-tap a lot of the enemies in this game, and take out multiple enemies from multiple angles. Able to hit things on the ground and in the air. You love it. Penguins are quite aggressive. Alright. Don't need to pick up that health, because I did not take any hits. I just like to use Rolling Cutter here because it is a lot more reliable. The Electman's power does have a couple of frames where it will miss the ground. It will go over enemies. Let's see, so first we are going to, actually, first thing we're going to do is use a rolling cutter. Can it? No, it can't reach down there. But it can reach, nope. There we go. Alright, eliminated the chance that I can take damage here. Was hoping for a weapon energy drop. But we take this. Anyways, this is an incredibly risky sequence that never goes the same way twice. Alright, so I'm gonna drop like a friggin' rock here. Yep. Because you can see, those guys can just shoot pellets that can mess you up. But let's see if I can grab the life. Ah, no life. That is absolutely fine. Alright, let's get ourselves back some... Actually, let's get ourselves back some Magnet Beam. Because we're at the end of the stage, and guess what's at the end of the stage? It's a big guy. And if we want to save on health for Iceman, we're gonna have to leap right over him. Anyways, let's get in there. And now we are dealing with a whole bunch of flying penguins who might give us items. More likely they're just gonna give us points. Hello, beautiful. I mean, you're gonna see that it doesn't matter how much weapon energy. It takes 3 shots of Elecman's power to take out Iceman. And the worst part about Iceman, first of all, the first hit you need to do, he's gonna jump into the air. You need to jump in the air to get a little bit of height on your Elec Beam. The worst part about fighting Elecman is dealing with his first volley, because there's so much slowdown as a result of him dying. I mean, you could just delay on killing Iceman, but that is very risky, and it didn't really hurt me that badly, but when we do the Robot Master rematches, it is going to, it's gonna make things very risky, because you fight 4 Robot Masters in a row, and every single hit you take is gonna be, oh, a life. I can't die, but that doesn't mean I can't... Well, the game is enforcing the no deaths rule. And let's go ahead and take little to no risks. Hey, remember these? God dang it. I keep on forgetting that, alright, let me go ahead and update the, let me go ahead and update the scores here. Alright. I gotta remember to take care of those guys, and, I gotta remember to use the Elec Beam there to, take care of those fireballs. Well, that just goes to show easy it is to get Castlevania'd in this game. Because if you are not careful and you forget about the winning strategies, then it is so easy to go straight off the edge and lose your run. And remember, I'm planning on going through all 6 games doing this. I cannot afford to be forgetting things like I just did right there. And like I told you, this is permadeath. If I take a single tumble, then those guys are... Then I'm just going back to the start. And I'm brushing up on my earlier Robot Master strategies. And to think, I used to classify post-Elecman as the easy portion of the Robot Master Roundup, but nah. Death waits around every single corner, so not exactly going to repeat all the strategies that I use. I'll just go through. And yeah, I will not be manipulating any, I'll not be using any pause manipulation, which will allow me to show you how good I have become at fighting against the Yellow Devil. That should be fun. You can pause the game in a certain rhythm with the select Elecman's weapon. Will do damage every frame, connect, yep. Oh, hi there, Reggie. You love Mega Man X and Mega Man 3 final boss theme goes hard, and Mega Man 4. Mega Man 4 mentioned? Mana culture right here. Thank you, Reggie. It's always nice to try and flex on Gutsman by dodging every single one of his rumbles. At the same time, sometimes you just want to take it on the chin to save your mental fortitude and not have to keep on doing it. But as you can see, I have picked up the slack when it comes to my Gutsman strategy. So yeah, now I remember that I prefer not to use the magnet beam to go over that one platform in, oh, I forgot to start the count. That is terrible. Alright, don't know how long it's been, but, we're just gonna... You know what? I'm just gonna take that as a loss. I forgot to start the counter. Nah, brother. Alright. We're gonna bully Gutsman again. The more practice I get, the more consistency we'll have. If anything, by taking these dunks in front of a live audience, that is going to lock it into my brain not to do that anymore. Because if Final Fantasy XIV rating has taught me anything, if I make a mistake and I put myself on blast for it, I am not likely to repeat it again. The only time that I really had to have it explained to me in crayons was friggin' Vamp Stomp. God damn, that one was a time to learn. Every other time, I rarely make the same mistake again. If I do make the same mistake again, I ask questions. Alright. That was kind of a 50-50 on whether that pike was gonna send me the other direction. If I'm gonna be so uppity about the timer, maybe I should just exclude the timer. And, but, you know, oh, yes, finally, a good big eye roll. Having a timer here just makes it feel real, just gives me a sense of pride, you know? I'm not adding a point to the death counter. Maybe, or I can add a strategy that is forgot timer or something. So yeah, as everyone knows, if Gutsman moves in a direction while jumping, then he is not gonna drop anything. Only when he jumps straight up and down. Well, that's Gutsman done without taking any damage. As you can see, I'm de-resting. I'm shaking things off. By the way, select button is the right bumper, so it is not the minus button. The minus button opens up that menu I'm using to reset the game. But yeah, these enemies, oh no, didn't mean to fall. Oh well, I made it happen anyway. No damage. Now watch as I take damage in the most unnecessary way. So yeah, these turrets, one high, two mid, one low, and the mid are very close to each other, so I don't need to do any sort of special dodging for them. It's like there's one high, the two and three are basically the same, and then you have low, and this low might hit you if you're going on the ladder. That's fine. Saving some frames. Let's see, I gotta remember that there are these hopping screw type enemies over here. Sometimes I don't remember. In fact, I didn't remember in my first ever attempt. Hell yeah. And you know, I actually played other Mega Man games, And everything about this game is like... Mega Man 1 is like if you looked at Mega Man 2 through 5, and someone tried to recreate... Like, this is definitely a proof of concept game. It's like, this feels like a recreation of Mega Man 2 through 6, done from memory. Very well done, but there's something off about the sound effects. Oh my god. I almost got rammed by that Susie. Alright. Just let me on through. I cannot believe I made such a novice mistake on the fireman ladder. Alright. Item zip. Item zip! Always a good time when you get some item zip. Alright. Alright. If you want to take 0 damage, then you wait for 3, and then you move. Alright, big guy, let's see if we can't smash you with some guts powers. Hell yeah! Alright. I remember now. If you ding the top of his head with the rock, it won't do a whole lot of damage. But if you hit him straight on, I don't have energy saver anymore. This ain't and base anymore. So yeah, if Cutman behaves, although I think that Cutman exhibits the exact same behavior every single time. So yep, you have to be perfect with your shots. If not, then you cannot lock him down. Just take damage on purpose to get him into position. Cutman's down. The 3 final boss thing, though, yes. I remember hearing about that on the Wily Wars. I remember hearing the Wily Wars version of that first, and it was incredible. And then I heard the NES music. I'm like, yep, that's the NES version of Genesis music. By the way, this is the stage that has music that sounds like Journey. I forget what song it is, but it sounds like Journey music. Slow chat tonight? Well, this is just me playing a game with nothing new to really comment on. If anybody wants to ask me any questions while I'm treading old ground, by all means. We're not exactly experiencing a story or new gameplay elements to react to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So, this isn't usually the sort of arrangement where chat gets poppin'. I just wanted to share this experience with everybody. Focus on not dying as fast as possible. There you go. Thank you, chat. Thank you, AQ. And yes, this will be a one-shot. I will not keep going until I get one deathless run. I just wanted to share my prog with you. Oh, hello, my Tom. Can you have a cookie? I'll give you one next time we log in. We got plenty of them, boys. Actually, do I? I think I ran low after a few sessions. Well, oh, look at that. A 1-up drop. Nice. Nah, keep going. We need to stall out trails from 0 until you finish Trails Beyond the Horizon. I see. Alright. Yeah, Deathless Run. The timer's just for fun. As it says right there on the thing anyway. Yeah, no, maybe if I do a couple of Deathless runs, I can try to improve my time. Take a little bit off of the Iron Hex. still a work in progress, because the Mega Man Iron Man... Oh my... That was terrible luck. That was awful luck on my part. Yeah, you see? Usually that guy just yeets himself into the horizon. So I considered it I considered calling it the Mega Man Iron Man, but first of all, Iron Man is trademarked. And that's why I added Hex, because there's gonna be 6 games. But you know, oh, look at who rolled poorly that time. Alright, going from the right, we're good luck. And this part, oh my goodness. For first-timers, this part is so infuriating because you need to resume climbing at the perfect moment. Not exactly frame perfect, but it is pretty unforgiving. It's, not exactly... Oh, okay. Approaching the ladder from the right seems to be doing me favors, and all you need to do is just mash your attack button, and, I don't think it's 100% that Electman will never do damage to you, but, as long as I mash the button, he keeps on jumping in response to it, and, that causes him to miss his shots, and to get in position to get hit by my shots. You never even beaten this game, you never even played this game. You used to clear this game in under an hour for fun? Dang. That would be me and Mega Man 4 and Mega Man 2 and Mega Man X, I suppose. Ugh. When Mega Man X was new. I remember when I was first playing Mega Man X, getting to the boss was a big event. When the very first time I got to launch Octopus, I saved the password, even though that doesn't do... that does absolutely nothing. I still saved that password anyway, because I was just so proud of that accomplishment. I wrote it down on a piece of paper and everything. But yeah, the 2 classic Mega Man games that I owned, 4 was the major one, and then I got 2 later on. Those are the 2 that I have the most memories of. But 4 is well and ahead. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's get over there. By the way, I think that, there we go. Oh! Shoot! It's ice physics on top of ice physics in this game. As you can see, having grinded this game does not make you immune to making rookie mistakes. On that one platform, you do not want to move. If you are ever going to move, you want to jump and not risk making the no ice physics. I believe speedrunners do a Electman stage first. Oops and glitches they jump through to get the magnet beam without Gutsman or Electman power. Yes, I've seen that. And if it were easier on my part to do, then that would be in consideration. But for the time being, I'm just gonna keep on grinding through the first 3 stages. That platform in the middle of the Iceman Chasm, that has ended a lot of runs for me. So yeah. I love how those enemies, if you jump at them, their dive goes a little bit shallow. At this point, I might have myself a on the scoreboard for every single Robot Master stage. Come on, get in here. There we go. Yeesh. So yeah, walking on ice in the Iceman Chasm, not advisable. Walking directly into health pickups, also inadvisable, especially in Wily Stage 2, I believe it is, the one with copy robots. Alright, you gonna do a... Nope, no high jump for me. We're doing Gutsman Formation 2. Question, go ahead. We're treading old ground here. Always have to jump through doors. That is just the Mega Man way. No. You know, I think just committing, if you're just going for the lowest damage possible, I think that just committing to the wobbles is the way you do, and then spamming lemons once you stand up. Because as you can see, even when he's right in front of you, that is... yeah. That is just the way, because you have enough time to dodge after you get up from the wobble. For games that have a single, well-defined playthrough as its main experience, you uninstall them when you finish them. Most of the time, yes. Depends on how replayable the game is or how much you like it. Yep, exactly. It really does depend. In most cases, that probably is my mode of operations, especially on Steam. If it's on Steam, then if I have my my one defined playthrough, then I just uninstall it to make room. Also, I just like how neat it makes my Steam list look. Kind of like I checked it off. If I plan to play the game again, such as, you know, one game that's a great example is Resident Evil 4, both the OG and the remake. That one I kept on, and I just, although that really doesn't count as a single well-defined playthrough, does it? That's more like you go back in and you play the new game plus, or you grind out achievements, so never mind. But I guess the answer is, most of the time, yes, I do end up uninstalling. And if I ever want to come back to it, it's just one quick and easy restall away. There have been a couple of cases where sometimes I'm just motivated to do another playthrough of it. I remember the first time I finished Paper Mario, as soon as I finished it, I went right back in for another playthrough. Fun fact that I probably said before, the very first time I beat Paper Mario, I did not know you could block attacks. I knew that you could time your defenses. Item zip! Every single time. I love to see it. 1, 2, 3, and go. Yeah, I have to say that the Fireman Ladder and the Iceman Chasm are... Whoa, that man juked me. My ankles are shattered. Alright, points. Insult to injury, my goodness. Ah, you're asking that because of the memory issues on your laptop. I understand now. You've had Undertale and Deltarune installed since they first came out. That is valid. The longer they stay there, the longer everyone gets to live happily in the good ending. Managed that very poorly. Yep. Even if Cutman's little toesies hit the rock, he doesn't need to get hit by the debris. Just as long as he gets hit in the little toesies by the very top seam of the block, that counts as a hit, and that's half his HP gone. Poor guy. That's technology for you. The old one breaks down, you get a new one, and in some ways, woefully inferior. Well, that's the economy for you. As we learned what happens when things just get better, the longer things go on. At first, it was just a sense of self-preservation, and these days, it's just greed. Focus on taking out the green guys. Time your lemons very carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And of course, the second one always appears in the middle between those two squiggles. So I got that unlocked. So yeah, wherever you land on that Iceman platform, wherever you land, you stick to it. You do not run left, you do not run right. You do not... I mean, the only reason you might run right... Well, you don't want to run right. Yes, avoid landing facing left at all possible costs. Whoa. I think the story broke that the music was like subconsciously inspired by Journey, but there was no intention to actually make a tribute or copy it or anything. It's just, that's how it came about. Your chance. Always have to remember where Mega Man's hand has to be to do the absolute bare minimum in order to avoid. Well, not the bare minimum, but how close you can get. Let me see. By the way, if you change powers while on a ladder, Mega Man teleports back in, and he cannot teleport back in while holding the ladder. So if you change powers while you're on a ladder, and you do not immediately hold up to grab back on, you'll fall. And that happens to a lot of new players. Oh no! Danger, danger. Yeah, I always like to hop before I use my magnet beam to get a little bit more height. Alright, we're going 3 for 3 of approaching the ladder from the right. If this works, then I just might have to call it that approaching the ladder from the right is more likely to get you facing right. Either that, or it's just confirmation bias. And to think, I used to call it that the Robot Master stages were solved. I mean, they were only... So as you can see, Elecman does not behave 100% of the time. He actually does behave differently depending on just RNG, basically. Wherever he decides to run and jump, we are at its whim. Alright, Iceman. Let's overcome that chasm. It's not exactly a metal blade, just because one thing is that it summons a whole lot of slowdown. Hey, we get a life. We won't make any use of it, but it's just a nice sound effect to hear, you know? Gives you the good fuzzy feelings. After all, you saw how happy I was to receive lives in Mega Man and Bass. You know what's funny? A lot of people like to abbreviate Mega Man and Bass to MMNB, Mega Man and Bass, but that's just the abbreviation for Mega Man Battle Network with 2 of the letters reversed. And I do not know what to do with this information. Gotta be really careful with these magnet beams here. It is a precious resource on Iceman. Oof, ouch, owie. My mega bones. That's points, don't need to go for that. Alright, once more with feeling. I think the magnet beam is on a per-shot basis. Alright, so we are going to just land right here, and I got an incredible... yeah, I got an incredible pattern for the platforms there. Still no, let's see. Go ahead and grab this. And, looks like we're gonna be getting to Iceman. But yeah, the platform patterns were very kind to me. Woo! Back to the P. I've heard that P stands for plasma, or power. I think that the Archie comic made fun of that, saying like, how come you're called Mega Man? If your thing is that you copy powers, shouldn't your name be Copy Man? And Mega Man has absolutely no answer for that. The slowdown. Once again, that is going to prove tricky. Now, gotta be careful about that. If I click into OBS, then I am no longer able to do my splits. It'll be being loud somewhere. I know people are just doing something, or every single time someone drops something, or they make some sort of noise while I'm streaming, I wonder if I'm being too loud. So far, no noise complaints. Alright, so this area, you need Elecman's power. And just like that, we've already gotten farther than we have before. Let's go. Prague, baby. Alright. Let's do a little bit of, oh, hell yes. It kind of feels like, you know those TikTok filters where you play a game where you're able to stop a line to fulfill some sort of requirement? That's what stopping these pillars with the Iceman power feels like sometimes. Do not drop straight down, because those flame pillars come up. Alright, this area is kind of spooky. Yep, just like that. But with a little bit of magnet beam cheese, we don't need to worry that much. Shouldn't be taking that much damage, though. In this portion, you are supposed to be very fast, use Iceman's power, or... Alright. These guys go boom, and if those booms touch me, then I take damage, so let us not get boomed. Oh! I forgot those guys do that. Anyways, this thing... Yep, that guy respawns. I forget that the best way to deal with the missile guys is to hit them with the Ice Slasher, would have liked some energy. Alright, Fireman. Easily the most unpredictable Robot Master, except he's actually the most predictable. It feels like he's spamming out his fire, but he does have a pattern. It's based on when you hit him, and when he gets to within a certain distance of you. So when he fires, you can do... Okay. I messed up there. Oh, no! Oh, no. So, if you stay on his rear, it's... I'll have to explain that another time. But basically, when he gets to within a certain distance of you, he will fire. If you hit him, he will fire. The thing is, if you take a hit, then the amount of displacement that you suffer from getting hit, it reactivates his distance-based firing pattern. So that's why, if you hit him, he'll fire at you, and you're not going to be ready for it. Oh my god, please. And then when you get hit, you get tossed back, so then he's going to hit you from his distance-based shot, and because of the fact that you're changing distance from him, that reactivates it. So that's why sometimes when you fight Fireman without a plan, he can fire like 2 to 3 times in a row, and it feels like he is absolutely decimating you. But you saw there that when I got behind him and I let him trigger his own distance-based stuff, as long as I kept on following close behind him, jumping over his projectile, and letting him get away from me a certain distance without hitting him. Alright, these guys are easy to do. Uh-oh. I didn't do it right. So you can see there, you hit him with an ice slasher, and for some reason, they're going to go into the first frame of their shoot animation. So, that's how you take care of a Sniper Joe in this game. Use the ice slasher. He'll eventually... That was really risky. He'll eventually take down his guard, and there you go. Easy to the PZ. Let's see, this screen is just a matter of moving forward and never ever stopping. There you go. And this screen, this guy has the same weakness as the Sniper Joe. You hit him with the ice slasher, and he won't ever leave the screen. And I don't think another one is gonna spawn. Calm down, Sniper Joe. And then there's gonna be another Sniper Joe over here. Now, if you manage... Yeah, you see there? I don't know why that happens. I feel like that's an oversight. Anyway, let's go ahead and go down this. Now, if I were arrogant, I would just leap down and damage boost my way through, but I'd rather not. Fighting Bomb Man. The fact that that the Fire Blast, or whatever Fireman's power is called, has a shield, you use that against Bomb Man. Because if you stay close to Bomb Man and keep on hitting him with the proximity aspect of your power, then he is just going to keep, like, he only throws bombs when he is a fair distance from you. Like, he will throw a bomb and then jump, throw a bomb and then jump. So either you extreme range him, and you keep on hitting him with fire, or you keep on predicting where he lands and hitting him with the orbiting fire. Anyways, that is the Robot Masters down within 20 minutes. And now we have Dr. Wily, the most powerful eyebrows in all of gaming. You've had Tales of Berseria on your Steam account for the better part of 6 years now. Oh, I can't play it? Dang. I haven't played Berseria. I have played, I have played Symphonia, and I have played Abyss. Symphonia on the GameCube, and Abyss on the 3DS. I am not going to oh, I forgot. You use the magnet beam on this guy, and then the other two you use the ice slasher to freeze him in the air. That was a lot of magnet beam use. I might have done something bad there. Alright, this screen can easily game over me. If I do terribly, okay, never mind. If I do terribly at timing my ice slashers, then things can get ugly very quickly. That drop is more dangerous than it looks. Hopefully I didn't mess up my chances at the spike pit. Actually, no, there's energy up there. Shoot. Alright. We're gonna have a very risky spike pit because of all the magnet beam that I used. That's gonna go away before I can get there. This screen has ended a couple of runs because of this enemy over this spike pit. So what we need to do, we need to ice slasher him so that he doesn't respawn, and then we move. Sometimes I use the magnet beam over there. Alright, I might have enough magnet beam to get over here. Yeah, like I said, the magnet beam is on a per shot basis, and not on how many segments you create. Alright, this is kind of the speedrunner's nightmare over here, because I take this opportunity to replenish all of my weapon energy. Not just my magnet beam, but, as you can see, you need the magnet beam to get through here. That is not a Yoku block section. There are no Yoku blocks. You need magnet beam. If you do not have magnet beam, you need to fall down that pit over there, or dunk yourself into those spikes. Are we going to play any JRPGs besides Trails? I'd say you just like Trails, you're just curious. I have talked about Trails the most, but you think... You like East more, and you think it's a more consistently good game? Really? Huh. I thought this was a, Trails chat, but hey, sounds good to me. What I really want to do is play more Final Fantasy on this channel, because, my gaming makeup is primarily, like, Mega Man is my top, but not too far below is Final Fantasy. I mean, there's a reason why I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV so much, is that I am a Final Fantasy fanboy, obviously. I have played 1 through 10, and I haven't played 11. I have not played 12 or 13, or... Actually, I played 1 through 10, and I played 14. Anything besides those, my brother played 11, and he had his fun, but, when there was an infamous glitch where people exploited it to get much further ahead than they should be, and his guild got decimated by it. There were bans thrown around, and he had no more friends in that game anymore, so he said, you know what, this is a good opportunity. Uh-oh, here comes the Yellow Devil. Alright, I'm gonna need to shut up and focus here. There is a pattern. I can explain it later, maybe. Oh! I should not have made that. And that is the Yellow Devil packed up, taking no damage from the Yellow Devil itself. So the thing about that guy is, you need to go in packets of 4. The very first hit, you have to jump over. But in every packet of 4 after the first one, let's see, you need to jump on the second one, and the second set of 4, you need to leap over 2 of them at the same time. Or is it the third one? By the way, those health pickups over there, never get them. Like I said, the game stores your input and will keep you moving and dunk you. Let me see here. Let's go ahead and use some Magnet Beam to get back some Magnet Beam. There we go. Alright, time for the first of the Robot Master refights. And this time, we are going to bully Cutman using the basic Buster. As you can see, you know, when I'm not inhaling at dodging his attacks, the fact that you get pushed back, the fact that you push Cutman back, it just keeps him from getting in. Anyways, let's move it on. We are now dealing with the turrets over here. Once again, these health pickups are a trap. You do not want to go for them. Let's see. Spend Magnet Beam, get Magnet Beam. Speaking of Magnet and things speaking about Electman stage things, it's Electman. Once again, same strategy. Just spam the attack button and face wherever Electman is facing. Do not try to jump over him. I think he jumps in response to you pressing the attack button. So, you want to wait for those explosions to go off. If you miss your train, then just wait. Once again, do not pick up those powers. Do not pick up those items. Life, we don't need it. Alright, let me see here. We need as much of the fireman power as we can hold on to, so. The copy robot, there is a rhythm to beating him, but I can't get it down, and I'd rather I do it the most consistent way. It is going to be very painfully slow, but it is a sure thing. This way we can just drop down here. I don't think it's worth risking it for this energy, but it's a pretty easy jump if you know your jump physics. Do not drop down here immediately. That turret cannot hit you, despite how it may look. You're hanging on an invisible ladder there. Let's see, take you out with this. And before we go down this ladder, we want to equip the super arm. Why? Because we're about to go up against the copy robot. The copy robot is the real copy man. You have this machine that comes down, creates a copy of you. So, the way you beat this guy, while ensuring that you live, you turn on the super arm, and because the super arm does not shoot a projectile, the copy robot cannot attack you. So, you turn on the copy arm, and then you press the attack button, and that makes copy robot jump. And while copy robot is jumping, he will attempt to fire at you with whatever weapon you have equipped. And the only weapon he takes 2 damage from are either Electman's power or Fireman's power. And unfortunately, the Electman's power is too good to use in bulk. So, look at that. Not 100%. So yeah, this guy, his firing patterns are unpredictable. I mean, I think he fires at you in response to taking damage, but if you switch to your super arm while he is still reeling from taking the damage, you're kind of using his own invincibility frames against him, which is kind of fun. The sort of ingenuity that you can only expect to see when games were new and certain things weren't nailed in stone there. So yeah, you press attack while equipping the super arm, and while he's in the air, you only give him the option of firing at you while he is in the air, and he'll miss. So you just keep on going back and forth, and boom, bang, bam, copy robot dusted. It's a slow but sure process. You can see that oh, really? That only took me 6 minutes? Well, I guess the stage is short otherwise. And now we go up against the eloquently named CWU-01P. And you needed all of your elect powers to get through these sequences with these adhering Susies. Uh-oh. Oh, hell yeah, give me that weapon drop, let's go. By the way, if at all you can help it, you want to go all the way to the wall so that you can stay on these safe platforms where you avoid all the turrets and the Susies. Alright, and this portion, water is gonna come rushing in. You can just keep on running forward. If you want to farm items, go for it. After a couple of penguins, missiles are going to start coming in. And the missiles, you do not want to be running forward for, because as we recall, they explode, and the explosions are going to hurt you. So you want to run when they're not on screen, and then stop to make a, to give them a wide berth. B-E-R-T-H, by the way. And now, here it is, the CWO-1P. The first three or four of them, you'll want to take out with the Buster. By the way, oh, okay. Once they hit a wall, they will shoot projectiles. They will exactly 3. So the first 3, if you can do 4 of them, then that's great. That gives you a little bit of leap. This is going superbly. So the first 4 you take out, then you pick up your super arm, and the last 3 you take out by chucking rocks at them, and there you have it. 2-minute stage. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the final Wily stage. Alright, let me see where I am at with my powers. By the way, this room, you do not want to linger in for too long, because it's got green guys. I don't remember what their names are. And this room also has green guys. So, in the previous stage, we fought Electman and Cutman. Alright, so let me see here. We want to build up our firepower as it would happen. And I completely wasted it on the magnet. Alright. Well, we don't need that much. So, the Electman's power completely takes these turrets out. Beautiful. Alright, so... okay. We need as much of Fireman as we can get. 1, because we're about to rematch Bomb Man. 2, because the final boss, the first stage of the Wily machine, is going to be weak to fire. So, in order to effectively take this out, we want to... so, yep, there's the platform. Alright, use the magnet beam. Be very careful with it. So, that refills all of your weapon energy, and so many times, I have died trying to go for it. So sometimes I go in here, and I just want to make sure that I dust off Bomb Man. And the Bomb Man rematch Unfortunately, I took a hit there. The goal is to not take any damage at all, and to completely humble this man. Fireman rematch. This one can be very tricky, and he might take a toll on you, because you have to walk out of the teleporter. You have to hit him exactly once. Hit him exactly once. Hit him exactly once. Sometimes I'm able to hit him twice, but the amount of room that we lose by having that teleporter there makes it quite inconsistent. I can't remember if this is Iceman or Gutsman. I think Gutsman is last. Iceman, you need to, once again, jump so that your first hit hits him. And he's going to perish. Okay! Good. And now, the only time I bother using Bomb Man's power in this entire game, the Gutsman rematch. I mean, look at how much damage it does. Unfortunately, Gutsman can be kind of a jerk, and he can try to box me in like this, or he can hop away from the bomb. So unfortunately, that wasn't ideal, but hey, we're on to the Wily fight. And let me see, we are going to need Rolling Cutter and Fireman. I really need to remember the names of all the powers. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is it, Luigi. Wily time! Alright, so the first one, he shoots out bullets that pop into the air and land on you. And the calm before that storm can be very deceptive. And now... oh no. So there are two threats when dealing with this. Why did that last for so long? There are two threats. One, he will try to body slam you with his machine. Two, he has his rolling bullets, but the rolling bullets are actually easy to dodge. You just need to be barely in front of where the gun is. If you do it right, then the rolling shots are gonna go right over you. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, Mega Man 1 on my fifth attempt, done completely deathless. Can we get some GGs? Let's go ahead and slap up a 1 on our clears. However, the point isn't to get any clears at all. And for everyone who has never beaten this game before, this music will sound familiar to you. The opening to Mega Man 2 is actually based off of the end credits to Mega Man 1. Fight, Mega Man, for everlasting peace! Alright, do you want to just go straight on to the next grind? Or do you actually want me to let the credits roll for anybody who has never actually beaten this game before? Because I'm doing it good either way. The whole point here is to build my skills, not so much to get that 1 clear under my belt. Oh, thank you for the GG, Meddler. Glad to see new faces in the chat always. Enough King. That is what Inafune calls himself in the credit scrolls. But yeah, the Wily machine. The first stage, fire completely shreds it up, and the shots are easy to dodge as long as you don't panic and you just let them fly. And like I said, the second form, the rolling cutter, cuts it into paper dolls. And there's Rollin' Dr. Light. Let me see here. Does this reset? Oh, look at this. We can just go back to Dr. Wily if we want. However, so let me see. We got 39, 13, 34. Not bad. But let's get on to our next attempt. And, alright. Once again, this is a practice session. The point wasn't to get the one win. US YouTube didn't decide to mess up, got to the not so good doctor. You missed it. Well, it's going to be my goal to get back there so you can see it properly. We're back into it. I'm going to be real. I thought it was going to take me a while. I thought that potentially I was never going to hit a deathless run. But once again, this isn't a result of me just playing tonight. There were actually hours of me grinding up these runs and learning these strategies. So, it wasn't just like that. I actually did I've done a fair amount of playing of this game. The only thing is that there are a couple of minor details that I need to really internalize and get more consistent with. For instance, getting that guy in frame and taking the hit. Okay, so points do not freeze the screen, so you really can just ignore their entire existence. You know what? At some point, you might as well just run through the big eye. It's very mean, but you know what I called the big guys before I looked up their name? I called them the garbage men, because that's what I thought of them. Garbage. But they're big guys. Thank you for your GGs, James. And who knows, maybe if I do enough Gutsman fights, I can... Uh-oh. He is really going in on it. Yeah. Unless you have really good timing with avoiding his jumps, if he decides to just corner you, he's taking that toll. Guess I can just keep on sharing miscellaneous information since we got the basics out of the way. We've got the essentials done. Let's see what happens when I try to cut my way through. As you can see there, it's actually pretty difficult to manage these guys. However, I believe that there is a yeah. If you try to cut your way through using the super arm, those guys can swarm over you pretty quickly. So, if you want to cut down the amount of damage you're taking, then you might as well just eat the frame loss and take the higher road. Okay, no, that guy needs to get taken out. I'm playing a little bit looser with my gameplay, because I guess I'm just feeling that high from beating it the first time, but that's not exactly going to prevent me from taking damage. Well, I think there is a guaranteed large health drop at the end of this screen. So maybe it is a time-saving strategy to just take some damage boosts. Why not? Oh. That was not what I was talking about, but we take those. Rain is really coming down hard outside. Wet damage boosts. And of course, the super arm just demolishes the adhering Susies. It's great. But there are some of them you cannot avoid, like this one up here. So yeah, if you want to get fancy with it, you can bash their heads in with a rock. Well, that Susie to the right was sticking around for a while. Okay, that is the screen with the guaranteed large energy. Item zip. Item zip. And if you go really fast on that screen, you don't even need to wait for the 3. And for some reason, I got hit on that screen. Sheesh. Alright, bring it on, you sassy Billy. Ah, I was too slow. But hey, I weakened him. Okay. If this Cutman fight goes poorly, I might actually be in a little bit of danger. Of course, if you don't want to do the song and dance with Cutman, you can just smack him like this. Just take a hit. You know, do a little bit of damage boost, and I think that Gutsman will always be... Cutman will always behave the same way, regardless of how you act. He acts very consistently. It's me, I'm the problem. I just scan out myself. I cannot find the perfect jump and shoot to lock this man down. Dang it. Ah, this frame loss. Man, the hitboxes on those rolling cutters are a real saving grace. Focus on green guys. If I can pull out a couple more clears, maybe I'll dedicate a little bit of time to Mega Man 2. Learn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, barely didn't. But as long as you stay to the left of it, it will push you to the left and not force you to redo a bunch of screens. Alright. Even though I do that part 95 out of 100 times, still gets my blood going. Still gets my blood pumping. Not boiling, pumping. The adrenaline, not the angie. Oh wait, oh wait. Yeah, okay. These jumps where you have one platform directly over another really shows that I can have my fraud moments when it comes to platformers. For the most part, I get them, but oh boy, when I lose my mojo for narrow platform jumps, it can rear its head. I give you that magnet beam. Fun fact: Elecman's power can also destroy these blocks. It just outright demolishes them. On the spot, they blow up as if they'd been used with Super Arm. Why it works that way, with the elect power of all things, I couldn't tell you, but it is hilarious. Gotta lock in for those elect platforms. The amount of timing required is substantial. Yeah, I'm really chapped lately, because I'm recovering from a bit lip, so that's not a focus thing. And again, perhaps I should have just left it to the imagination. Mods, forget I said that. What am I doing? My good luck charm of going in from the right. Seems like going in from the right, like whenever you go up from a ladder, it just goes opposite of the direction that you went on from, which, if it does work that way, then that's a nice Mega Man hack. Unless that is a long discovered thing. I haven't been hit by a single one of those so far. Okay. 4 times in a row. That constitutes a pattern. A pattern or a rule. Using Voyager and FGO. Coins gonna have Light Oberon and Castoria are all Bond 15. You're living in the quick lane for now. Nice. Can't even tell you. I have... Man. I have not played the only time I played Fate Grand Order in since 2014 was the one time I streamed it. I thought I could get back into it, but sometimes the mojo just gets lost, you know? Thank goodness these guys aren't missiles. Otherwise I had to fire the missiles. But I am a bit tired. The slowdown. By the way, this game, the Legacy Collection, it actually has kind of a loadout for the you can choose how the ratio works in this game. You can set whether the game has slowdown or not. So, if you choose whether the game has slowdown, then it is the experience, exactly like it is on the NES. However, if you choose to get rid of all the slowdown, then the game gets input delay, which in my opinion is much, much, much worse. So, I have opted to turn on the setting to give it the original frame rate. So yeah, we get a little bit chugging, and it makes Iceman more difficult to deal with. But I will take that over deferring input delay any day. Alright, the platforms were not as forgiving as they were last time, but that's fine. I learned my lesson from the Iceman death. No life. That's right, try to reach me. You can't. Reach me with that hand. Reach me with that hand. You cannot. Well, if you're gonna give me weapon energy, then I might as well make use of it. Besides, I only need 3 shots. If I haven't started FGO now, you wouldn't recommend trying it now. Way too many limited summons. If I already have the big 3 though, isn't that all that matters? Oh, started FGO. Never mind. Yeah, that sounds about right. Isn't it over a decade old? Yes, I think it is. Uh-oh. I lost a lot of time because I forgot to, split. Whatever. All that matters is the final, anyway. I just love the freedom that having Electman's power gives you. Freedom to beat him. Yeah, I do not know what I was thinking using the magnet beam on the first Fireman attempt. That was wacky, wild, zappy. Didn't stop it there. I did not play. I did not pass the filter. Anyways, Magnet Beam sure does a lot on this stage, doesn't it? Especially since there's nothing really for me to hit with my weapons. I love how I can. Oh, woo, Zooey Mama. Even just using the Magnet Beam as a little stepping stone makes things easier. It's almost as if I know a little bit more height on certain platforms will make things a lot easier. My body just overflowing with that Mega Man muscle memory knowledge. Oh boy. Don't want to run out of magnet too soon. I think that's the last time I need it though. Let me see here. Let's just, oh! Aha! You see how I keep on despawning and respawning the missile guy there? Ah, come on. Those fireball enemies at the top of the screen, they're doing their best. Damn. Alright. Let's not lose to Fireman now. Yeah, you do not want to fire any shots until he hits the wall for the first time. You just want to hop behind him. So, he runs up, he fires, he fires, he fires. Now you can start shooting him 2 times per pass. 1, 2, 1, 2, then just finish it. Damn. Oh my god, this run is going so much longer. I think I'm yapping, but who cares? Japanese version just had its 10th anniversary. Alrighty. Well then there you go. A decade of fake Grand Order. Wow, wow, wow. So as you can see, Elect Man's power, when enemies try to go above my range, I can just aim up, and that's why it is the Metal Blade. The music for Bomb Man stage, I never properly appreciated it, but it is a bump, 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 ba-dum, bump. Especially with the background instrumentation. Playing this game on repeat has really allowed me to appreciate the background instrumentation of all the tracks in this game. Especially in the Wily theme, the kind of na 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 that goes on in the background. So it's beautiful. I mean, everything pales in comparison to the powered-up versions. It's not even a contest, but at the same time, they were based on greatness. I've been looking so hard for Mega Man Powered Up, you do not know. I went back to the place where I found Mega Man and Bass to see if maybe there was a stall that I hadn't found before, but nah. I looked, I went all the way up and down. Rocket Sullivan, thank you. Thank you for the good luck. We already have one Deathless run under our belt, and it looks like I'm doing pretty well for myself so far on this other attempt. Let's go ahead and reapply the Ice Slasher, and easy peasy lemon squeezing. Freeze! I'm just like that one Batman villain, the one who makes all the puns, the Joker. Oh, hell yeah. You know, contests. I vote for the Robot Master from Mega Man Dual Override. I have not. I've heard about all the voting, and that it wasn't exactly a clean process. But yeah, I need to get in there and see what's to offer. Lots of lady Robot Masters in the contention. Bomb Man, more like Toad Man. Wow, that was a clean Bomb Man run. Unfortunately, my Fireman was hot garbage. I hope that Dual Override gets at least 2 Lady Masters. They still owe us for shafting us on Honey Woman. That was just terrible. Alright, so starting off the Wily stages, we need to wait for the big eyes to do big yumps, and then hit him with the Ice Slasher. Ah, you absolute pile of magic, you. There we go. Supposed to wait for him to do that. Okay, we didn't spawn in a new one, so we kind of got out of that one cleanly. Alright, good. Next. We lucked out. We absolutely 500% lucked out, and I will not squander it. Who'd you vote for, Sullivan? Alright, so we do this. Ah! Dang it. You know what? We take those. Alright, I wasn't counting on being able to get better at the Ice Slasher portion of the opening Wily stage, but here we are. That part just absolutely rolled over me every single time. Your vote went for Cactus Man. What an awesome concept. I'll have to look that up. I love awesome concepts. Alright, I'll let you pass through here, and then you're gonna come all the way up here and give me the free pass. Thank you. Alright, time for the Wily Chasm. Oh dear. Swapping over to the Magnet Beam caused me to fall off the ladder. Wasn't intended. You know what, now that I think about it, no, I really should. Yeah, I need my Guts Man energy back for the CWU part. The CWU fight. I need any more Iceman power? Because while we're here, I might as well optimize my runs so that I spend a lot less time going through things. I think that's where we're meant to pick up our weapon energy by going through the other stages, the other Wily stages, but nah, brother. Might as well just get our energy back here, save ourselves some scrounging later on. Do not leave ourselves up to the whims of RNG and other such forces. Huh. So you can get up there in 2 magnets. That's good to know. Of course, those magnets have to be well placed. So yeah, you break the Yellow Devil's pattern down into groups of 4. The first one of the 4, you need to jump on the first one. The second one, every other ones you jump on the 2. And on the second set, no, the third set, and the last one isn't a set of 4, it's a set of 3. Yeah. The, uh-oh. I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to find the words to explain it, and it's causing me to mess up. Yeah, the one that is those two that you need to jump over. As long as you do a long jump over the two that come at you, you are good, but it can be pretty difficult. But yeah, the second one on every set of 2 after the first. Every set of 4. I can explain it better when I'm not trying to do the strategy while explaining it. Oh. Hey, I did the Yellow Devil hit list the first time. You can go there to consult for my my skills. Is there a way to dodge the alternate pattern from MM3's Yellow Devil? When I start grinding Mega Man 3 death lists, I'll let you know. Chances are no. Oh no! Yep. Dang. Alright, that's one for copy. I got too caught up in the yap. I got too caught up in the yap, and I fell for one of the absolute classic blunders. Which just goes to show that when I go for the actual Iron Hex, I might have to turn off my chat entirely. But yeah, I know that the Yellow Devil has kind of an easier to predict and react to initial pattern, but the alternative pattern is really tricky and kind of a throw everything at the wall all at once sort of affair. So yep, you jump to make that guy's dive shallow. I learned something. I don't think any of my my practice sessions have ever gone on for a full 4 hours, so I'm learning things. Especially not to yap on Wily 2. After seeing so much Yellow Devil from other people, you legitimately don't like it. Says this will be hard when you're not used to it. But you don't know the dodge patterns. That is a very fair assessment. When you do know the dodge patterns, it's boring. I don't know. Like, in my case, it is extremely rewarding to pull it off every single time. The first pattern of 4, you have to jump 2 of them, the first and the third. The second pattern of 4, you have to jump the second one. The third pattern of 4, you have to jump the second and the third one. And the fourth pattern of 4, you have to jump. You have to jump the second one, but it's not a pattern of 4. It's actually a pattern of 3. So as long as you keep that in mind, you can avoid the Yellow Devil every single time. You just have to count. You have to count devils. Suffice to say, you won't judge anyone who just uses the elect weapon to glitch to get it over with. Me, neither. I've come to appreciate that it's one single pattern, and you just have to count your cards. I've become so good at it that I might as well just flex it every single time, and keep on sharpening that skill, you know? You get good at something, just maintaining your skill and sharpening it like a finely owned blade, because it becomes its own form of exercise and recreation. Don't you agree? It's fine and all, but it doesn't make it any less boring. Very reasonable. I guess you can say that this sort of platforming, not mastery, but like affinity, like specialization, I don't know, like where you just get better at something. I don't know what you would call it, but this sort of the word is at the tip of my tongue. It's like trimming a bonsai for me. I guess you can say it's a version of the love of the game. Like if anyone is really good at skipping stones or something, they want to skip a stone every single time they can. That's me with the Yellow Devil. If you understand what I'm even saying right now, what would you say that your equivalent of that is? Yep, if you just drop down that ladder, you can just burst your way through that second screen. Oh, look at you with the terrible pattern! You could have blocked me in, but instead you gave me full health to go into Cutman with. How do you feel about that, sir? Maybe I use this opportunity to master my my Cutman cycles. So he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that, and oh, would you look at that? He does change his pattern. If you get close enough to him, he throws his cutter. I was not aware of that. Ah, you busy bee. Repetition breeds mastery or resentment. Just as speedrunners, 100%. Is it efficacy that I'm thinking of? Can't be it. Like potency? I can swear it was a word that was used for skills in a Star Ocean 2. Or maybe it was just synonymous with the words used in Star Ocean 2. And one thing I keep on thinking about Star Ocean 2... Oh, by the way, I actually looked up footage of the original Star Ocean 2 on PlayStation. I loved it. In a it's so bad it's good way compared to the HD remake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah! I started the countdown a little too quick there. The crunchy sound bites, and even though the sound bites were crunchy, I could still feel the fact that the localizers themselves acted them out. It's amazing. I love it. Also, the bowling alley screen frame rate was chef's kiss. It was like I saw footage where someone went into a battle, and like freaking Claude just goes, "Let's get them." Oh, it made my day. And then I watched footage. That dodge was smooth. And then I watched footage of the PSP version, and it was obviously much better. It had the voice acting that I'm familiar with. And I think I have one more rolling cutter screen. but the screen was still much different than I'm used to, and obviously wasn't 60 frames per second. Oh man, that PS1 version was an absolute treat to witness. There are certain characters in ZA that you cannot wait for me to meet. I can't wait either. If we already had that lovable cast from the first the Trails games, I can only imagine what the series can bring as they keep on improving their craft. It's like the room of voice acting. Wait, which one is like the room of voice acting? You talking about Trails ZA, or are you talking about... Oh, I finally took a hit from these, from those. Oh, and I'm gonna be facing left now. Yep. So I think I basically confirmed that when you get up from a ladder, you face the opposite way that you get on. I'll have to remember that. Star Ocean PS1 version. I need to look at full-on playthroughs. All I saw was a video of people going, "Huh, huh, huh," and I still had an incredible time. And then they take a hit. No! Not even when they got KO'd. Just when they took a regular 50 HP hit. It was incredible. Oh, the slowdown! I could save frames by eating the input lag, but I would rather... I think there was a song once made about what people would rather do than deal with bad video games. Let's see here. Hey, we nail those. What? Ah, shucks. The fast loading time of Mega Man and Base has spoiled me. So yeah, the magnet beam, it works on a per-shot basis when it deducts ammunition. We thread those needles. So shooting especially long beams does not take more ammunition. Can we get the life? We cannot get the life. That's like the brass ring of Mega Man 1, getting that one life in Iceman stage. Oh no! Well, I was eventually going to, I was gonna scuff that eventually. Let's see. Well, if you're gonna keep on giving me health, then having to deal with that big guy was not so bad. I'm gonna say Ace of the First Division is your favorite Crossbell character because I find him funny and he's fun to use. Is he the, he sounds like the character that you want me to use the Bobby Fulbright voice for. Ace of the First Division. Unless that's nowhere near what you were talking about. Ah! Every single time I try to pick up an item from that one particular turret, I can never make it work. Do not trust them. Take out all them fireballs. I lost one run to those fireballs. Never again. Alright. A test of your reflexes. Not good enough. Nah, I knew I was going way too slow for that one. Anyways, some apology health, I appreciate that. And punishment for anybody who drops down the ladder. Aha! The magnet beam made me too far up north to get messed over by that flame bar. Love it. Will not come? I'll find out sometime this year, probably. Probably. I'm gonna be honest. The watch hours counter on my channel is driving me freaking batty. Because, I need 4,000 watch hours within the past 365 days. And you know where it's at right now? It's at 3,996. And that count does not update until the next 24 hours. So for all I know, I could have crossed that threshold, but because it only updates in intervals, I could have completely passed it by. So, if any of y'all want to binge old Trails episodes, now's the time. I'm now keeping a very close eye on my watch time, and that includes my VODs. But I'm not going to try to inflate anything. So, don't do any damage. And then we go 1, we go 2, we go 3, we go 4, and then 5, 6, 7. Don't get the item immediately, because there's that lingering flame. Well, I'm doing a whole lot better than I was in the previous segment. Man, I gotta look at the Powered Up soundtrack. I know Power Guy played Power Up for Valentine's Day, playing his only role in hard mode. Because I guess playing as a cute anime girl is what constitutes Valentine's Day. Because he's all heart-themed and stuff. Wondered if he used a roller oil machine, or if we actually had a copy of the game. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and damage boost through here. Because, as you can see, the amount of damage that I take from those turrets is not the most. Ha! The fire shreds them well enough. Maybe that's the new strategy, not to use my basic hits, but to shred them with fire. And, per usual, I don't need that many to put away Bomb Man. Alright, move, 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 fast, fast, fast. Yeah, no, I just might do DDLC sooner rather than later, because I did not know there was such demand for it. Honestly, truly. As you could tell, my goal was to get through the game while minimizing the spook factor. And putting the ladies through as little as possible of the terrible things that they do not deserve. I just have to look up a guide again. And who knows, maybe before we hit up the next long-form game, I'm starting to consider maybe I was gifted Expedition 33 not too long ago. I'm thinking maybe playing that game might be able to push my watch hours up to over 4,000. Or maybe it was the Trails games all along that were the tickets to my salvation. Although, let's be real, it probably was rewatches of all my older Freddy videos. Because I still get lots of views on those, lots being relative to how much my VODs are being viewed. Yeah, I need to get back to uploading. If Max was here, he could speak on that. Which point? I just rattled off a whole lot of points. Oh no. Dang it, why can't this be the game with Aquaman? Alright, big jump, big jump. Give me a big jump. Give me a big jump. Big jump. Hell yeah. No, we're saving Magnet Beam for the Wily Chasm. The Freddy's? Yes. Wonder if that would bring some old steadies back in. Oh, that was terrible. Hold on a second. Dang it! Okay. I lost it. Hold on, let me go ahead and reset these guys. Yep, this is the part where I lose frames. Alright, we're doing this the hard way. Never mind. We're doing it the hard way. Every single time it gives me heart palpitations when I take way too many hits on the Wily One Fire. Those guys, they can fall down the ladder and they can hit you while you're on the ladder. That's why I panic spam the Elecman's power. Ooh. Oh! Yep, that's what I said. That screen can be a real killer. Alright. That's, one for the Yellow Devil. Amazing though I haven't, died on the same level multiple times. Yep. I have to make absolutely 100% sure that I get that missile guy at one spot. I cannot play around with that. If I don't get that guy like stuck in that one platform, then I have to redo that freeze. So as you can see, it took me like 4 or 5 attempts to get one win on this. It is not exactly a clear-cut thing. I keep on trying to do variations of the strategies that I already know well, and it ends up not going well for me. I gotta stick to the script. But as you can see, I am very good at illustrating why I do certain things the way I do. Because if I don't, then that's a reset, that's a permadeath. Big jump! No big jump. Can I get some items from you? No items from you. Gotta love it in Mega Man 1, they were double doors. And then we have single doors over here. Yeah, if you stay all the way to the side where you came in from, then chances are you will, you'll not have enough space and the debris will spread way too far and gain too much vertical height, and so that you won't be able to actually get over it with Bennett fighting like that. See? Man! Gutsman's getting aggressive! You doing okay, Gutsman? That's a double hit that I've rarely done before. I remember the Cutman is the initial choice. Man, I really duffed that run where I did the Wily One Fire properly. I saw that Smooth McGroove did a video on Cutman's. Wow. As you can see, those guys, when it comes to those guys in consistency, they do not mix. I probably could have used some of that energy. But as a very good friend of mine always likes to say, practice makes permanent. Oh, ouch, I forgot. You can go up that ladder too fast. And that turret gets your number. Break up the chapstick soon. That's not a habit I want to make or be known for. I can't even imagine. I'll have to get it out of the drawer after I beat Cutman, and then actually apply it after Leckman. Easy slip by. Item zip. Give me that item zip. Can we get a... Yep, we can get a clean fan escape. Nope. Two of those is not gonna make the cut. Well, two of those will make the cut if you do it perfectly, but that was not done perfectly. Does open him up if he takes a whole lot of short hops. Ooh, look at his being magnanimous. Those don't activate if you don't get close enough? Jeez. That'd take me until now to realize. Oh, you're supposed to jump to bait his cutter. Gotcha. Uh-oh. That was close. The hit that I took from the big guy and combined with how I was scuffing that Cutman fight, that would have taken me out. I completely forget that you can bait Cutman's toss if you jump while he's grabbing it. Are we not doing phrasing? No! We're not doing phrasing. Fraud. Fraud. All these tight-ish platforms. Really out to get my goat. Watch Goat in theaters. It was actually pretty great. Don't let the funny goat face from the commercials or the fact that there's an actual athlete doing voice acting in the movie stop you. It's got real hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Too late that time. But it's just a couple frames lost. SpongeBob killed Aquaman. Oh no! SpongeBob went from a pretty girl to a handsome guy. Take your time. Weave your way through the green dudes. That's who them green dudes is. I forgot to get my chapstick. As you can see there, the slow down ate my jump. Yes, that's what I'm going with. Really, Sony Pictures Animation, when they've been a feast and famine studio, when they hit, they hit. And you can really feel the Spider-Verse DNA in this one sometimes. In between the characterization, the animation, and that now trademark frame rate drop when action gets intense. If only we could get a Puss in Boots effect for this movie. I remember when Puss in Boots was a cultural phenomenon on the internet and enjoyers of good medium. And then we're gonna go straight into Shrek 4, where Puss in Boots is gonna be like, "Hey, Gabba Gabba, Shrek me boy!" And then there's gonna be a laugh track. But hey, if we can get Kitty Softpaws and Perrito in that, we might have something. We might need to let him cook. Ah, brother. I'm getting sloppy. Making me wonder if I'm even capable of beating 6 games back-to-back deathless. Wonder how long that would even take. It took me about 40 minutes to beat this game, but all the other Mega Man games are pretty extensive. Mega Man 3 alone has like 12, has 16 robot masters, and stuff like that. Uh-oh. Woo! In between all the unnecessary damage I took and that wretched Elecman seed. And Iceman. You don't even need a jump to hit some tall enemies. This weapon alternates between being high and low, or rather, standard height and high. Ooh, that value though. That was not value. That was not great value at all. Ah! His penguins have it out for me. I want to propel me. Why do I jump to hit that guy? Because it's fun. Yeah, the irredeemable monster scene. That's Mega Man and Proto Man when Proto Man tells Mega Man to burn down the trees. And now every time I think about Proto Man, I always think of that one tip in that one instruction manual, calling him Bruce, because in Japanese his name is Blues. Sort of like, alright, so everything is named after music here, and we have this one character named Burusu. What do you think his name is? Bruce. Brilliant! Ship it! And then for whatever reason, the Archie comics made it really slow for him to pick up the Proto Man name. Although, I will say, I respect the heck out of Ian Flynn, but there are two bits of writing in the Mega Man comics that I will clown on him for. One, the fact that Breakman was because Wily suggested that Blues take a break from being lost. So instead of being break as in he breaks things, he's taking a break from being his edgelord, who am I self. The second one was that he implied that Dr. Light called... Oh, no. Dr. Light calls X because he was looking for an X factor that separates the way humans think from the way robots think. And that, like, to be fair, we do not know that precisely, but it's an offhand comment that Dr. Light makes at the end of one of the arcs, where he says, if only I could nail down that X factor. So, for all we know, that isn't why he is called X in the Archie continuity. But the fact that it could potentially be what it was, I'm like, Mr. Flynn, what you doing? In fact, I could probably show you all why his name is X, because in Maverick Hunter X, he says it very directly. Every single time that freaks me out when I take that hit, but at the same time, it seems like it does not Castlevania me hard enough to actually knock me into the chasm. I am taking way too many hits. I cannot keep on relying on item drops. Unless there's a guaranteed one coming up somewhere. Yeah, I'm gonna need to elect power up and hope that this guy... You know what? In this game, small pellets do mean a lot, so I will take that. Let's see. And that one ground roving enemy can actually cause a lot of damage or take people by very much surprise. Health. 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 Health, please. I appreciate you. 4 pellets is massive in this game. Yeah, look at that. Now that looks like I just took a little bit. I took a lump rather than I was extremely careless. 4 pellets is the difference, man. 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. And there you have it. Unfortunately, I lose a couple of frames from that interaction because of the lingering fire that stays there. Alright. Gotta remember my top strategies. Don't cheap out on anything. If something does not go the exact way I need it to, then I am retaking it. I am losing a couple frames to ensure that everything goes to plan. Once again, the underappreciated brilliance of Bomb Man music. It starts off sounding like something that's like, you know, Karnov tier. That's mean. Karnov's main theme is actually kind of a bop when you're not thinking about it. It's very limited in its sound font use. Okay, so it's not advisable to duke it out with them. You just use Ice Slasher. Use the Ice Slasher, and don't try to duke it out with Sniper Joe. Otherwise, they risk becoming a Sniper Joshua. You don't want that. Move forward, do never look back. Let's see here. Freeze you in place. That's a bad place to freeze you in place. I'll go ahead and... Wait, what? He becomes vulnerable once I freeze him like that? Alright. New strategy unlocked. I guess he eventually adopts his vulnerability frame just like the Sniper Joes do. That's pretty nifty, actually. Nifty. I just binged Season 1 of Hazbin Hotel. Sir Penitence was done dirty. I mean, it's fine to clown on Alistair, but really, my goat Sir Penitence had to be one-framed. It had to get one-tapped. Although, we'll see what becomes of him in the next season, and of Alistair. Mr. Honky Nose Boy there. Oh, wow. Minus 46 seconds from the previous split. I guess I'm just flying through the Robot Masters now. And watch as I get one of my first deaths on Cutman, Electman, or Bomb Man. Surprised I haven't duffed it on Cutman or Electman. I got really close though. Bomb Man is kind of solved though, since I have Electman's power. Oh, here come the Joshuas. Here come the Joshuworks. Oh. That was a terrible Ice Slasher. I will take a mulligan. That was also terrible. Mulligan again. I was about to say, the use of Ice Slasher is so great, one ammunition gets, makes it so I don't need to deal with these enemies. Really? You're gonna do a bunch of shallow hops? Oh! Okay, finally. There go my frames. Oh, look at that! I actually did the rare super arm interaction, where I pull a box out of friggin' nowhere. That's great. Alright. Huh? I hate that part. I hate it so much. I've been able to get past it pretty nicely, but that is a part that just gets my goat. Once again, watch the film. Sony Pictures Animation has done it again, yes, sons of bees. The rare super, I did it again. Good lord. I think it's like a frame perfect interaction, where if you mash it too hard, then you just end up picking up another one from absolutely nowhere. Alright, there we go. Yep, you gotta stand on that platform and not be jumping. Otherwise, that guy is gonna knock you into some spikes and it's gonna be a bad time. Jury's still out on if I'm gonna be playing Deltarune as a single recorded video. Like, if I'm gonna play chapters 1 through 4 now, or just wait until all 7 chapters are out. Because if I play chapters now, then people are just going to they're just gonna spoil me on it when they see that I have videos out. So maybe if I wait, then I won't get anybody's radar. At the same time, that's way too long to experience some masterpieces. So I'll probably likely play them as recordings, or maybe I will record it and then hold on to it until they're all out. But that would just be that would just be teasing my audience. You have the spoilers to worry about. It's like, yeah, people will probably try to. If I worry about it too hard, then I will just will it into existence. So, just letting you know that I'm still on the. I'm still considering my options when it comes to that one. Oh no! Didn't mean to pause the game. Whenever I try to short hop and fire, I end up hitting the pause button. That was not rewind, that was me pausing. Let me go ahead and shut my GOP to lock in for the Yellow Devil. And no, I will not use the pause trick to skip him over just because I've already beaten him before. Oh my goodness. Oh, heck. Oh. Shoot. I'm forgetting my own strats here. So the big jump is the first and second. Oh my goodness, what am I even doing right here? Shush! That wasn't even the Yellow Devil being difficult, that was just me. That was all me. Alright, gotta lock in. The enemies at the beginning of Wily 2. They're gonna get you. Yeah, you have to bring this guy in, otherwise he's gonna knock you down. He's gonna be a Medusa head. But if you just stay standing, then they're just gonna go straight into your stream of lemons. You're gonna get lemon juiced. Wish they didn't drop you into the middle over here so you could have maximum distance from Cutman. Just hit them with that stream of lemons. Lemon juice them. Oh, the slowdown on the death got me hit by the cutter. But hey, as we all know, Copy Robot can be cheesed, and watch as that confidence gets me done in, because we're about to fight Electman. Nope. Just got one contact damage. Yep. You have to wait for that one. There are way too many times I have been impatient, and I got dunked. Very productive day, you say? Next words out of your mouth will be, "It's Dunk Man." Who or what is Dunk Man? That's like the second or third time I've seen that in this chat. Once again, always evaluate. And, let me see. Let's hold on to our magnet beam. And once again, this can hit you. If you're at the starting point, anyway. Alright, time to cheese the Copy Robot. Dual override thing? Is that true, James? Is Dunkman a robot master in contention? A companion bot to Strike Man? By the way, it's entirely possible to make the Copy Robot jump into you. Yeah, he will make contact damage with you, because he's, jump! If you have him jump way too close to you, then he can be able to walk into you, or get shoved into you. You, stay far away from me, thank you. As you can see, this guy does a lot of damage. I think he takes identical damage values that you do. So, he knows what I'm gonna do, but it won't help because I know what he's gonna do. Strange, isn't it? God damn it, Ian Flynn. You had one job, and that was to have Sonic say strange, isn't it? Well, you had Tails say it. And again, Tails is the only other Sonic character in that OVA. Unless Knuckles was there and I don't remember. Oh yeah, he had the hat. Alright, might as well rush him down. Nice. I am at a deficit of fire now. I still need it for Bomb Man and then Wily. The ominous music! I remember a video essay that compared this music to Wily 1 from Mega Man 2. And saying how, you know, in the first Mega Man game, you had this ominous music that gives you the impression that you're getting into a dangerous situation. Meanwhile, you know, you might be nervous about fighting Dr. Wily in Mega Man 2, but the music is high energy, it's triumphant. It is your anthem of storming the stronghold. What the heck? Do you see those glitch graphics? Did I go in too fast or something? God dang. That was great. One of those can't hit you on if you hit the final screen. Anyways, let's see if we can't get 4 of these dudes down. Yeah, it's entirely random. Or is it random? I never considered maybe it isn't random the order that these guys come out in. Is it not random? I don't think it's random! That's the exact same pattern that we got on the first win. Wrecked. It's just a play on its guts, man. But it's a play on me getting dunked into the stage. You know, I was thinking that's probably it. But hey, now we have an idea for a basketball-themed Robot Master. Dunk Man. What are his patterns? I don't know. You unintentionally gave way to this dude. Okay. So let me see here. We need more fire. Yep. Maybe I should fill up on Elec, because I use Elec to get through this screen over here. I should have 3 shots for Iceman. Yeah, it's fine. Although that is good to know, because we do have that that large weapon energy before you fight Wily, and that one should be used for the fire. This one is better than the one from MM2. That's a hot take. Do you have any elaborations on that? As for why it is? The first Robot Master is Bomb Man. Just gotta keep him from nuking me. The funny thing about Bomb Man is that he can trap you in the elevator with his bomb. Almost got through that, completely Toad-manning him. Oh well. So the thing is, if I scuff walking out of the elevator, then he is gonna attack me too early, and it's gonna be a bad time for me. Yeah, I gotta get back into the pattern. Oh no, this is bad! This is so bad. Oh my god. I took way too many hits from that. So yeah, you can see that Fireman Rematch can get real scuffed real quick because of the room taken up by the elevator. I might not beat Wily. Damn! Oh no! This is Iceman. Oh! That's why. That is the... damn. Huh. There's a checkpoint there? I didn't know that one. That is the one bad thing about this frame rate. Is that, you know what? I might have to try out the other frame rate configuration. See if the input lag is really that bad. So this is the one. We have speed. We have the CPU speed. We have original, which eliminates the input lag, and we have turbo. That eliminates the slowdown. So I'm gonna try one time on turbo. See how that goes. Let's see here. All right. 3, 2, 1, boop. All right. So. Now, all of the input lag, the delay, all of the lag in the game has been eliminated, but now there's going to be just a little bit of input delay, and oh my god, I am already feeling it. It is so small, or maybe... Maybe I'm already used to the input delay after grinding this game so much. Either way, as you saw... Damn it! I'm so used to how that's usually done. I'm gonna have to get used to turbo configuration. Sheesh. The Gutsman The Gutsman platforms, thank you. I know how words work. Claim another one. Yes, now it's Dunkman. Ta-da! Yeah, with the input delay, making that jump is going to be a little bit more tricky. In fact, a lot of the jumps that I had issues with before are going to be very tricky. As you can see, I might actually do have a little bit of a ways to go before I can consider Mega Man 1 solved. But yeah, now that we have Turbo enabled, you're going to see this game move a lot smoother, especially when I'm using Elecman's power. I think I might actually be used to the input delay. We'll see. Maybe there is no input delay and I have been gaslighting myself. It feels like there's input delay because the amount of frames it takes for Mega Man to start running in this one. You always give me points. You never give me health. Wait a minute. Is every single door in every Mega Man game actually a double door? Because you see, we go in through one, and we go out through one, and that makes it a double door. Uh-oh. But yeah, as you can see, if you try just to speed run through Iceman, the amount of lag that the game goes through trying to process his death particles makes the frame rate very inconsistent and causes you to either get hit by, you either jump too early or too late to avoid his initial volley. I believe I already said goodnight, Matthew. Points are cool, though. They are cool. But the point isn't the points. If you want to go for a high score run, then... That's actually a good point. That's actually a good question. What would a high score run look like? Because of the way that enemies respawn constantly? Is there a cap to how many points you can get? Maybe the point is to cap out on points, then beat the game after that. I will admit, turbo mode is really, really nice for the experience of it. Not having to deal with the game slowing down during these intervals. But yeah, sometimes the game does not slow down when enemies come at you fast. I think I trained so much on turbo mode that I'm not feeling the input delay anymore. Unless I base all of my feeling the input delay on how long it takes for Mega Man to get started. Is acceleration in Mega Man 1. Maybe the input delay has been in my mind this whole time. Item zip. We get that item zip. Oh, I grabbed the ladder. I have to remember to not do that. Alright, versus the big guy. Nope. The garbage man strikes again. I wonder what the ideal way to take him out is. What the frame-perfect timing is to make sure you get the maximum value out of your rock toss. Because you saw it, one time I was able to take him out with 2 rocks and no lemons. Anyways, let's work on my Cutman baiting. Let's see if I can be a master of that craft. Ha ha ha, I said a thing. Ah, nope. Alright. You are with it. Uh oh. About to say, you're within, once again, the delay messes me up there. Gotta stop doing that. Well, it could be life and death when that happens. Elect Man, turbo mode. Oh boy. Okay, here's where the input delay really hurts me. These jumps, where I need to hit it when the ledge is at the middle of Mega Man's sprite. That is when the input delay of a couple of frames actually matters. Like the Wily One Fire. That might be an issue. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Hey, we make these jumps. Real boss from the stage. The garbage man. Oh boy, the contact damage on those guys cannot be understated. Unfortunately, recently my vernacular has implemented way too much of insane and wild and crazy when I'm trying to say that something is substantial or cannot be ignored. Because Talking like a YouTube comment is not in my interest. Leave that for the YouTube comments. Reminds me of when I made my own YouTube comments version of the Sonic Colors rankings. Crazy, wild, insane, diabolical, flabbergasting! Modern vernacular right there. As you can see, we still have screen flicker, but I guess that the, you know what? I wonder if this is Switch 2. Maybe the Switch 2 is allowing me to play on turbo mode without input delay. That'd be something. I wonder if it's the same for really high-end PCs for the PC version of this. No, my god! Garbage man! Whoa. That magnet beam just stayed there. Hey! That's a strat right there. Alright, now is the time for Electman to lock in. As you can see, we're getting no slowdown from these beams. Alright, Electman, are you locking in? Are you He's a lock man? Oh boy. Electman did not lock in. I mean, he got more hits than 0. But he let the Mega Man get away! And now that I no longer have to fear the lag, the Iceman Chasm might be a little bit more manageable. I know the Iceman is going to be more manageable. And look at this. Look at how beautiful this is. No slowdown. No slowdown whatsoever. I'm so used to there being slowdown whenever I fire the elect ray, or whatever it's called. Of course, we can't maintain 60 frames per second everywhere, but just the fact that it remains a consistent frame rate is what's important. The inconsistency of the frame rate and the fact that it wanes and it ebbs and it flows, that's what gets me whenever I rematch Iceman in Wily 4. And now I can do this very consistently. And now, I can go across the Iceman Chasm without tremendous slowdown. It's nice. It's Alright, I'll have to keep that in mind. Damn. So I just need to get a Sheesh. Let's see, that's one more for ice. Alright, so I guess there's there must be no brakes on that train then. As soon as I get on that platform, I need to fire off a magnet beam and then just keep on moving regardless of what's happening. Good to know. Takes out the RNG aspect of it. Or maybe it was the turbo mode that allowed that guy on the left to fire before I anticipated it. Or maybe I was just off by a pixel or two that allowed it to be lethal. That's the Mega Man 1 experience, alright. Are you absolutely... You respawn very quickly. Alright. I might have to go for some of that there health. Oh, I messed it up. Oh well. What can you do? Try to, Nope! Garbage Man was not gonna be nice to me. And you're only gonna give me points, aren't you? Nope, you're gonna give me weapon energy. At least the points did something. Oh, there's my next rookie mistake. Respawning the Pickaxe Man. Sheesh maleesh. Uh-oh. There's your... Guts Man, can you stop that? Oh my god, I'm gonna die to Guts Man. I'm gonna die to a bad Guts Man seed. Wow, 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 I lost it. I've completely lost it, you guys. I said that this was solved, and no. The Mega Man Legacy Collection said bet. And absolutely wretched Gutsman luck. I suppose when Gutsman gets in on you, you just have to get out of there and take your toll of health before you get stuck in there for too long and take too many hits in a row. Oh, the freaking ice chasm. I think that was input delay. Nope, has to be a reset. Hey, hello. There we go. Part of it might be fatigue. You might be right. Fatigue in multiple ways. I think I might have checked out after getting that first win. But hey, at least I got that first win. Well, it makes me wonder then. Alright. Didn't happen that time. Brakes are important, you are correct. Maybe the Mega Man Iron Hex is a little bit too lofty for my goals. But only one way to figure out. Or maybe the Mega Man Iron Hex isn't, I take the Deathless component out of it. And I just say, hey, I'm gonna play 6 Mega Man games in a row, regardless of how many times I die. Maybe the lost condition is a game over instead of a single death. But that just seems like a regular person casually playing Mega Man. If that's the case, it would absolutely be much easier to do this as like a yearly event or something. Uh-oh. Gotta commit to the squish. And don't be all the way to the side there. What the heck is going on with you, Guts Man? He's really saying it's over, Mega Man. I've got the high ground. Shh. Shoot. Gutsman is getting very aggressive with his movement. Or maybe it's the turbo mode. Maybe the turbo mode is causing a change in AI activity. Alright, let's figure things out. Let's not get fancy with our Gutsman fight. And just commit to the bit that we've been doing beforehand. Thought maybe I could save some frames, but seems like not so much. Well, guess that answers my question of how there aren't so many Mega Man Deathless runs out there. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. If all it took was a little grind, you know. Alright, give me a chance. Ain't no way. Any health from you. You drop weapon energy. So it's not only points. That whole run that I lost to Iceman was scuffed anyway because of the Bomb Man and the Fireman rematch. Now this is more of the Gutsman pattern that I am familiar with. Alright. At long last, Gutsman has been the, Gutsman's the rookie killer. He suddenly became Winston Payne. I think win or lose, this might be the last one for tonight, because you're onto something there, James. If I ever if I ever find myself in a place where I'll attempt to Mega Man the Iron Hex, I probably don't want to do it at my typical streaming time. I probably want to pick a nice, long weekend day to hollow out, like, in 6 games. Most of them take more than 1 hour, if not 2. I'm gonna sneeze. Thank you for just being a double. My health is failing me. I'll be halfway through Mega Man 5. And then something's gonna give. But hey, I am no stranger to a 9-hour-long stream. Remember day 1 of Mario RPG Remake? That was a time. That was a core memory for me. Kind of wish I committed to doing the whole endurance thing. But at the same time, you only have one weekend a day. I should do that again. I'd say, maybe once or twice when I play the next Trails game. But then I would be sacrificing other people's bedtime for that. Item zip. And that is not in my interests. I am not out here to lose people or sleep. Because clearly the audience participation... it has been a... What am I doing? I forgot my strategy here. Oh! If the big guy takes a sweet time, we can actually slap him down with lemons. Fascinating. Alright, Cutman. Let's see if I can't get a hang of your patterns. So you are going to walk up to me. You're going to attempt to jump up. Oh, never mind. And then you're going to do that. Bully him. Bully the man. Your new name is Bullied Man. See? There are some permutations where I go to Cutman first, just because he's so bullyable with the standard weapon. Do East 1 in a single night. How long does that one take on average? Yeah, I did Terry a little bit there. My previous segments. That little split second of input delay is really noticeable on these tight jumps. 5 to 8 hours? Yeah, no, I can do that. If y'all are along for the ride with me. Because when it comes to Eastern Trails, the audience participation is a big component. And I am here for it, to be completely honest. Give me the tour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah! Still got it. I didn't lose it at all. Play Shin Megami Tensei 4. What's that available for? 4. 4? Oh boy. Shin Megami Tensei is what all true warriors strive for. 3DS. Well, then I certainly do not have it. I do not remember owning any Shin Megami Tensei games for 3DS. I think my brother does. But who knows where that game could be by now. Lock in, and we are going to be using the magnet beam sooner than we will the rolling cutter because of the big guy guarding the way to Elec Man. Shin Megami Tensei 4 was your first one. Nice. Like I've said many times, the first Resident Evil that I have played to any extensive amount was Revelations on the 3DS. The amount of downplay that Revelations gets is, so freaking criminal. It's not it's not even downplay, it's just people forget about it in the grand scheme of things. Resident Evil was in this like Western audience appealing arc, and Revelations was holding the line for classic old school horror. And everybody was like, it's on the 3DS, it's got blocky shadows. Nah, brother. We're just gonna keep on hating on 6 in Operation Raccoon City. We're just gonna say that Resident Evil has no future, and then it came out on HD. And people were like, oh wow, this game is actually good. Too bad it was originally for the 3DS, so its graphics are bad. And it's like, oh my god, we never got past the PS1, did we? And then we got a bunch of other games, like the indie scene started blowing up, and people really started to appreciate games that were budget or old school inspired. And now we've got our renaissance with Undertale, Deltarune, Pizza Tower. That game was a shot in the arm, in a good way. Don't know why I phrased it like that, but here we are. You got your Shovel Knights, you got your Cave Stories, we've got your, and we even have games that don't need realistic graphics, but still stylized, like Hollow Knight. Moderator Tim loves his Hollow Knight. Alright, let's see here. Okay, shoot one, and then move. We do not want to hang around on the platform. Can we get the life? We can't get the life, dang! I've been able to get it like once or twice. Unfortunately, that also gave rise to a bunch of retro-inspired games that just look like Atari games. And, they decide to replicate the feel of what people think retro games are like. But, retro games don't need to be cheaply made. And as we can see, defeating Iceman under turbo mode makes the frame rate stay the same, and I can easily weave my way through the first volley. Moderator Tim ever make an appearance. If I play Expedition 33, he might hop on in. Because, in addition to Hollow Knight, he is also obsessed with Expedition 33. He played it before it got character assassinated in the Game Awards. I will stick to that. Not the Character Awards, the Game Awards. The Character Awards this year was a freaking hit job on Expedition 33. They attempted to kill it with kindness. I just can't prove it. But the fact that it got such backlash for getting all those awards, and people were saying all this hideous stuff about it, nah, it reeked of character assassination to me. But yeah, moderator Tim played it before the Game Awards, and he also played Silk Song before the Game Awards, so he had a really good time. And then, and then Mega Man Dual Override was announced, and I had a good time. I wish I was streaming, but I had very little faith that anything was going to appear that was to my sensibilities, and boy, was I wrong. So, maybe in the future, I will start streaming more game events. Just on the off chance that I will get tossed a freaking bone. All I have is a screenshot of what I said in Discord when I recognized the music. So, oh, you saw Silent Bob X in the comment section of a Trails video. You don't remember what he said. Perfectly fine. I mean, it's no surprise. He's the one that got me into them. It's because of Silent Bob X that we have Sieg. Otherwise, that would have stayed as the Heatman voice. Alright, Fireman. Gonna have to get used to how you play in Turbo Mode, because you messed me up in the refights on my last potential V1 run. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. You're already sick about hearing about Expedition 33 from the social circles you followed? Well, it kind of deserves all the praise that it gets. Unfortunately, people got really obnoxious about it. So, it's deserved, but at the same time, it is an indie game that plays like AAA. That is unthinkable in this climate. That's why people were really making sure that it got signal boosted as widely as possible. Unfortunately, as we were off to do, we overdid it. I can assure you that in my circles, my very conserved and considerate circles, we only talked about it as much as we needed to. But yeah, I'm kind of waiting for the fires of undue hatred to die down before I dive into that, so. No, you don't. Okay, yes you do. I'm too used to the frame delay, causing me to fire shots early, and for enemy weak spots to get exposed. Alright, let's see if Turbo Mode allows this to happen. Yep, this stays the same. Okay. I was not expecting to have a true combo of ice to electricity. There you go. That was actually one of my favorite reactions in Genshin. I wanted to do the ice. Anyways, okay, you can keep on jumping after me. I will take you out that way. That is the unfortunate thing, that when a game is deserving of a backlash-worthy amount of hype, what is the play there? Is that just the toll that every game is supposed to play? Just weather the backlash and hope people get through it? Because some of the things that I heard said about Expedition 33 were immensely uncalled for. Ridiculously so. Alright, Bomb Man, can we get a Toad Man? Yeah, can we get a Toad Man outcome? Hey, we got the Toad Man outcome. Not entirely, but let's go. All I can say is that you can watch me play Expedition 33 at some point, and then we will experience it together, and you will experience it through the lens, not of hype, but genuine seeing it for yourself. Which reminds me, I need to go to Costco to pick up my copy of Metroid Prime 4. For some reason, they're selling it for $62 instead of $69, which is not nice. That is the only time when $69 is not going to be nice for me. Okay, there we go. Is that guaranteed? 2 hops and then a skip? Huh. Alright, I have to see this now. He does a big jump, small jump, small jump. Big jump, big jump. We do not want to deal with too big guys. That won't work. Alright, fine! I'll go with the strategy I used before on this one. Magnet Beam Spam, there you go. Look at what you forced me to do. Anyways, let's use a Elect Beam on this one, as you can see. Much faster. Oh, that was BS. You saw that, right? Y2K? Is that Y2K or is it Yick? I heard that game was unpleasant. It's Y2K, but Yeek is funnier. I see. For some reason, I always read it as Yick, which might be even funnier. Alright, time to dunk myself because I keep on swapping to the Magnet Beam too late. Who's ready for some weapon refill? Officially, it's called Y2K, but people call it Yeek out of spite. I see. Like, the protagonist is among the least likable of any in all of gaming. All I know is what I've heard. If things are different now, by all means let me know. I love my Cinderella stories and my benefits of a doubt. One of the biggest chads in gaming. Huh. Wonder if it's a different game I'm thinking of then. It makes Zemuria a better place. That's a claim. Alright. We're moving on. 3 lives. Won't use a single one of them. Wonder if Magnet Beam is the only power in the entire series that allows Mega Man to... Okay, I'm not going to move like that. Wonder if it's the only power in the entire series that allows Mega Man to keep his original colors. Alright, we're clamming up to take out the Yellow Devil. Yappin is not zapping. Yeah, the first volley. You need to dodge, you need to jump 2 times. Every other one is just once. And you need to know which one. Oh! Yeah, there it is. That's the one that always gets me. And I always forget about it whenever I get yapping. Okay. Really? That curved right around him. Alrighty then. Once you get the pattern down, and you're not trying to focus on entertaining a chat, this fight can be pretty comfortable, because that one double of the 1-2 punch of the first and second of the third set of 4, those can really mess you up and set you up for failure further along. But as long as you know to long jump those 2, then you've got nothing to worry about. Except for everything else. Lemon juice! Speaking of lemon juicing... Ain't no way I'm gonna get hit by that. Still no way I jump when I do that. I think, yeah, it's to avoid those bullets. Gotcha. I know I do it instinctively. I just need to rationalize it in my head. That was the cleanest select man I could have mustered. Mustard. We got some lemon juicing in the chat. Come on. Adhere to the other wall, Susies. And we just drop down, take these guys all out, and get back all of our weapon energy. You love to see it. Luckiest draw of those turrets. The lemons are juicing each other. Well, that can't possibly be misinterpreted. Fortunately, I can't eat lemons. They give me sores. One day our nation will be recognized. Good stuff. This should go faster because of the better processing speed. Oh, wait. Yeah, it should. Yeah, because of how much faster I can do the menuing. That's cool. I just wish there was some way with a little bit more finesse that was capable for me. I completely forgot to cut my... I forgot to do my split for the Yellow Devil, didn't I? Oh well. The overall time is what matters anyway. Ah, you got one off. Wonder what happens if I just spam out lemon shots. Nope, that ain't working. He hits me way too many times, and I think he deals more damage to me than I do to him. Oh, look at that! You're actually capable of leaping backwards. Uh-oh. Aha! Quick Draw Mega Man. Quick Draw Rock. Look at that, you guys. I beat the Yellow Devil in 3... oh, wait. I beat the Copy Robot stage in a minute. Kid Icarus Uprising ever ends up on Switch, I should stream it. 157%. Kid Icarus Uprising is one of my favorite games of all time, and I contend that if Nintendo gave it any support, it could have become an esport. I am not joking. Just create a standardized mode where people use the same loadouts of weapons, like, you know, people, like, you know, like in Dragalia. Like how in Dragalia they had a free-for-all mode, they had a battle royale, where all of the sword characters behave the same, all the mana casters behave the same, etc., etc. So, just standardize all of the weapon stats in Kid Icarus Uprising, and then just make a vanilla version of it, and the multiplayer could have popped off. Holy crap, it was so fun. Oh, I think we finally got a different pattern here. Oh yeah, this is definitely not the up, left, up like we had before. Yeah, mash the buttons. Alright, that's our 4. We need to keep one block around in case I somehow whiff a super arm. But that's not a problem. Alberian Battle Royale, yep, exactly. People hated you in that? Do you know that for a fact, or were you just that good at it that you imagine people hated you? Like, did people started focus targeting you because you were too good? Let's see, what can we do here? Now we can spam out some electric. Can I even reach that? I can. Okay. Well, I had a lot more Elecman energy than I usually do at this point. I hate the ice physics on the running. I am gonna be so glad to be rid of it if and when I do the Iron Hex. You missed that, bus. Alright, folks. Let's hope that Bomb and Fireman treat me well. One pip of missing health is not going to make a difference, I say to myself in a very coping manner. Let's see. Okay. Give me a Toadman sequence. Toadman sequence achieved. Alright, Fireman. Do not hit me too early. If I mess up exiting the elevator, then I could take a lot of... Oh, I messed it up. Okay, one hit is okay. One hit is fine. It's being locked in triggering his hair trigger response. That is the real problem. But one hit from Fireman is not going to be the end of me. And now, hopefully I'm not going to eat my words and I'll be able to take care of Iceman without taking any hits from him. No, shoot! The elevator! Alright. Alright, we are now in an extremely perilous situation. We are fighting against Gutsman. There is no health to be found for the entire rest of the stage. And then we gotta fight Wily. But if Wily is as solved as I believe, then we have a chance. We have a chance. Let's see, we have plenty of Rolling Cutter. Why isn't there a large health? Why is there a large weapon energy over there? You can see yourself in a lot of screenshots posted alongside people raging. Huh. That must have been a nice boost. The elevator. I was able to get out of the way. I was able to go against the frame rate, but the elevator is the real final villain of the refights. All right. So yeah, if you put yourself right in front of the gun that's at the edge of Wily's machine, then the rotating attack will not hit you. It will just go underneath the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, I do believe we've cut 2 minutes off our time. That is 2 clears out of 14 attempts, which is not bad, considering I'm still doing a whole lot of learning. Rocket Sullivan, Medler, I'm glad that everyone could be here for this final run, and you can finally see the credits to Mega Man. And James, you got to see it this time. Ace. So yeah, I have to be careful about accidentally running underneath the elevator. Yeah, the elevator, it can trap you when you're fighting Bomb Man. It can trap you when you're fighting Gutsman. It can trap you when you're fighting... Oh, it can trap you when you're fighting everybody. And it gives you less movement real estate when you're fighting Fireman. So just that little bit of less space makes so much difference which explains a lot about why the Mega Man and base bosses are so difficult. Those arenas are teeny tiny. Good lord. But hey, we got our second clear. Everyone was able to see it. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, and I guess I forgot to chalk up some of my deaths. Yeah, I think I forgot to chalk up some of my deaths, but whatever. Presented by Capcom, USA, ladies and gentlemen. And we don't really have enough time for another attempt, which is perfectly fine. We can leave it off on here. So, looks like I still have it after all, even amid the fatigue. I just needed to go through my valley before I completed my hero's journey. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining for this training session. Definitely a jank game compared to what came after. Yeah, I will admit, still a good game unlike Street Fighter 1. Once again, where's the line? You're very welcome to the stream. Lorf, glad you had a good time. Next time, we might go on to our customary legal sim visual novel. Or, I might have to ask you again what the shortest East game is. Maybe we'll give that a try. You did say that one of them is a one-shot, right? Or like 2 or 3? East 1. So East 1 is the shortest one. So maybe what I can do, I can play it normally in 4-hour increments, and then later on, for some kind of special occasion, I can try and just one-shot it. But that's the whole host of options that I have right now. 1, 2, Arc, then Oath. Gotcha. So yeah, I laid it all out, or I could completely hit you with another curveball. I haven't want to do that lately. Either way, it is finally the end of my 3-day weekend. I got to get some bed rest, work tomorrow and all that. Honey Pop, let's go! Absolutely. And I am gonna pop it open, and I'm gonna stream it exactly as it comes out. No going through the options or anything. Gonna stream like I'm gonna get taken down young. Too late for that. So yeah, we've got our options. Which am I gonna land on? That's for me to figure out, probably at the 11th hour. So excited. Next time you see me, we're going to be playing a different game. Which one that is, not even I know. To fool your audience, you must fool yourself. I'm being played off by my Switch. Until that time, game over.